You're not gonna get rid of me.
The film begins with Rachel, a woman with a vivid imagination, staring out of the train window. Twice each day, her commute takes her past a house she's grown fixated on. Inside lies a young woman who, over the past year, has come to symbolize everything Rachel has lost and longs for. She watches this woman closely, imagining her perfect life with her husband. Rachel, once married to a man named Tom, used to live nearby. Now, Tom resides in that very house with his new wife and child. Rachel copes with her heartbreak through heavy drinking, often while still on the train. One day, the story rewinds 6 months and introduces us to Megan, the same woman Rachel watches. Megan feels trapped in the monotony of the small town. In therapy sessions with Dr. Kamal Abdik, she opens up about her troubled marriage and her past. How she ran away with a boyfriend at 17 and lived in a secluded hunting lodge. Those days of excitement are long gone. Her husband Scott hopes that working as a nanny might change her mind about having kids, but Megan doesn't want that life. Back in the present, we meet Anna, Tom's new wife. She's completely focused on raising her daughter, with Megan helping as the nanny. However, Megan clearly lacks any maternal instincts and soon tells Anna she's quitting. Anna is visibly upset, seeing motherhood as the most important role there is. Anna also recalls a disturbing memory. One day, she saw Rachel holding her baby through the window, a moment that still haunts her. When Tom returns home, Anna tells him Rachel has been calling again, this time from hidden numbers. Tom is frustrated and says he'll handle it. He's also surprised to learn Megan has resigned. That same night, Rachel stops for alcohol after getting off the train. Drunk and lonely, she browses Tom's Facebook page before calling him. Katie, her friend and current roommate, catches her and dumps the wine out. Rachel has been living with Katie ever since her divorce left her without a home. As she drifts to sleep, Rachel recalls the painful struggle she and Tom went through trying to have a child, one they ultimately failed. The next day on her usual train ride, Rachel spots something unsettling. The woman she's been observing is on the balcony, not with her husband, but with another man. Shocked, Rachel fears she's about to make a terrible mistake. Emotionally overwhelmed, Rachel drinks again and ends up venting to a stranger at a bar. She talks about her pain, how Anna took her life, her house, and even her dreams. In a moment of rage, Rachel admits she felt capable of violence. Later that night, heavily intoxicated, Rachel gets off the train and wanders into the woods. A concerned passenger follows her. Rachel stumbles across Megan and starts shouting at her. The next morning, Rachel wakes up with no memory of the night before. She finds a voicemail from Tom saying he was looking for her and that her behavior terrified Anna. He's furious and warns her to stop harassing them. Trying to piece together the night's events, Rachel reviews a video on her phone. In it, she and the woman from the bar are seen verbally attacking Anna. Rachel then remembers chasing after Megan, but the details are foggy. She fears something awful may have happened. Trying to regain control of her life, Rachel begins attending Alcoholics Anonymous. She admits she used to black out during her marriage, leaving Tom to apologize for her behavior. On a train ride, she spots someone familiar and recalls insulting Martha, Tom's boss's wife, at a party, another drunken mistake. Back at Katie's, police officers wait for her. Detective Riley questions Rachel about her whereabouts the previous Friday. Rachel lies, claiming she visited Tom, but changed her mind. Riley then shows her a photo of Megan, now reported missing. Witnesses saw Rachel following her. Rachel denies it, but it's revealed she lost her job over a year ago due to drinking. After the detectives leave, Katie demands the truth. Rachel confesses she's been riding the train daily, spending her last money pretending she has somewhere to go. Katie, frustrated, tells her to move out within 2 weeks. Rachel rushes to the police, claiming she saw Megan with an unknown man the day before she vanished. But Riley doesn't believe her. Rachel is again left uncertain of her memories and her innocence. The detective begins to suspect Rachel may have mistaken Megan for Anna that night, as the two resembled each other. Anna has already filed several harassment complaints against Rachel. Flashback to 4 months earlier. Megan, in therapy with Dr. Kamal Abdick, admits she lies to her husband, Scott, and has had multiple affairs. She feels suffocated by Scott's jealousy and control. She also confesses she's developed feelings for Kamal. In the present, Rachel reads an article about Megan's disappearance and learns she'd suffered major personal loss, her brother and parents. Now Scott has issued a plea for help. From her window, Anna sees Rachel visiting Scott. Rachel pretends to be an old friend, claiming she saw Megan with another man the day she vanished. Scott is devastated. When she describes the man, Scott grows uneasy. He offers her a drink and asks for more details. Scott suspects the man is Megan's therapist. He shows Rachel a photo of Kamal, and she confirms it. Just 2 months earlier, Megan had texted Kamal flirtatiously after a session and acted as if nothing happened. Scott is falling apart. In therapy, Megan had confided her dread of motherhood, tied to her traumatic past. Kamal keeps boundaries, reminding her they're just doctor and patient. Later, Rachel sees a news report. Kamal has been brought in for questioning. For the first time in ages, she feels a sense of purpose, determined to find out what happened to Megan. Scott texts Rachel, and she visits. Though Kamal was released, Scott is now under suspicion. Kamal gave the police notes about Scott's possessiveness. As Rachel leaves, she sees Tom and Anna outside. Fragmented memories return. She insists Anna struck her that night, but Tom says Anna wasn't there and warns Rachel to stay away. Rachel visits Kamal, partly for help with her blackouts, partly to learn more. She says hearing others describe her actions feels like listening to stories about someone else. Even sketching hasn't helped her remember. Kamal asks what started her drinking. Rachel opens up. She and Tom desperately wanted a baby, but after repeated failures, she fell into depression, and the drinking took over. Meanwhile, Anna returns to the police, reporting that Rachel is still interfering. Tom is receiving anonymous texts and calls, which Anna blames on Rachel. But Officer Riley says there's no evidence. In fact, she begins to wonder if Tom actually wants to stay in touch with Rachel, deepening Anna's suspicion. Frustrated, Anna tries, but fails to access Tom's laptop. Rachel, still searching her old drawings for clues, is surprised by a visit from Scott. Hounded by reporters and desperate, he shares shocking news. Megan was pregnant, but never told him. He had always wanted children. Megan avoided the subject, causing many arguments. That night, he ends up sleeping in Rachel's room. We then flash back to Megan's past. Emotionally wrecked, she visits Kamal late at night. She confesses something she's carried for years. When she lived in a remote cabin with her partner, they had a daughter, Elizabeth. Despite early fears, motherhood became her joy. But one freezing December night, after a fight, her partner left. With the house cold and leaking, Megan bathed with the baby and fell asleep. She woke too late. Her partner never returned, and Megan has carried the guilt ever since. Back in the present, Rachel goes to another session with Kamal. She confesses how one night, drunk and nostalgic, she returned to her old house. Anna had been asleep, and Rachel picked up the baby just to feel close again. She meant no harm, but Anna woke up and panicked. News soon breaks that Megan's body has been discovered. Scott is surrounded by media, and Rachel feels an overwhelming dread now that her worst fears have come true. Anna, increasingly wary, notices a change in Tom. Their connection is fading, and she starts reminiscing about when they used to have an affair behind Rachel's back. She questions Tom. Did he enjoy deceiving his wife? He brushes it off, but Anna can't stop thinking about it. She begins to suspect that Rachel's closeness to Scott may not be innocent. Maybe she had something to do with Megan's disappearance. Tom, however, dismisses the idea. When Rachel returns home, she finds Scott waiting, and he's furious. Forensic reports have come back. The baby Megan was carrying wasn't Scott's, nor Kamal's. That means a third man was involved. Scott also discovers the truth. Rachel never knew Megan personally and isn't her friend at all. She's just the troubled ex-wife of his neighbor. Feeling betrayed, Scott lashes out. Now the police suspect he and Rachel might have been having an affair, though Scott denies he'd ever be involved with her. Rachel runs to the police to report Scott for breaking into her home, but Officer Riley has her own theory. She believes Rachel may have been obsessed with Scott and saw Megan as an obstacle. Now, after being rejected by him, she might be seeking revenge. Rachel insists Scott is the real culprit, but Riley counters that he has a solid alibi. Security footage shows him at a bar that night. We flash back to the previous Friday. Megan took a pregnancy test and called her lover. Kamal showed up, not as a romantic partner, but to help her confront her fears about motherhood. However, Rachel witnessed their meeting and completely misinterpreted it. Back in the present, Rachel sees the man from the train at a bar. Thinking he's been following her, she confronts him. He calmly explains he lives nearby and walks through the tunnel daily. That night, seeing her drunk, he only wanted to help. Rachel starts to question everything. Could she be responsible after all? Determined to uncover the truth, she packs up, leaves Katie a thank you note, and boards the train once again. She runs into Martha and apologizes for her past behavior. But Martha is puzzled. Rachel wasn't aggressive at the party. She was just drunk, and Martha let her rest in a guest room. This sparks Rachel's real memories. Tom had been abusive all along. He didn't lose his job because of her, but due to his own misconduct. Martha feels genuine sympathy for her. Meanwhile, Anna is trying to crack Tom's laptop when she finds a second phone in his bag. On it are messages between Tom and another woman. When he returns, she hides her discovery and acts normal. Rachel, now fully committed to finding the truth, returns to the tunnel. As she stands there, everything comes flooding back. She remembers Megan getting into Tom's car. Tom saw Rachel watching, panicked, and shoved her aside. The man from the train had tried to help that night, but Rachel, disoriented, pushed him away. Now certain of what happened, Rachel rushes to Anna and reveals Tom's involvement in Megan's death. Anna, stunned, walks away until Rachel begins shouting Tom's name, prompting her to let Rachel inside. Rachel confronts Tom. Anna joins in. She's seen the messages. It becomes clear Rachel wasn't behind the harassing calls. Tom was hiding his affair with Megan. He blames Anna for ignoring him, consumed with caring for their child. As Rachel quietly tries to call the police, Tom catches her, seizes the phone, and knocks her out. We flash back to that night in the woods. Megan told Tom she was pregnant. Enraged, he demanded she terminate the pregnancy. When she refused, he shoved her, and didn't stop. In the present, Tom berates Rachel, calling her worthless. She manages to escape to the street. Tom chases her, but she fights back. Anna, now seeing the truth, realizes she's been living a lie. The police arrive. At first, Detective Riley suspects Rachel again. But after hearing from both women, she sees that Tom is the true culprit. Rachel was defending herself and Anna. Time passes. Rachel visits Megan's grave, reflecting on how their lives became intertwined. She no longer drinks and has returned to painting. This time, she boards a different train car and looks ahead. Rachel has finally changed. She's not the same woman anymore.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.